Awesome. Hello and welcome to another Tech Tuesday. We're super excited today because today we have Amy Stoner. She's going to be, there she is waving right there. She's going to be presenting on Adobe Express today. So I love Adobe and we're really excited to learn some more about this newly made available app to Midland Independent School District. So with that being said, Amy, go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome to an introduction to Adobe Express. Our focus today is going to be on graphic creation, and hopefully I'll be able to share with you a few of my favorite quick actions, which you can find on the main landing page of Adobe Express. If you're interested in learning about video creation or web page creation, do reach out to your awesome tech team. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for the introduction. My name is Amy. I'm going to drop in this participant resource in the chat right now. This is a resource for you to lean on today and then beyond today. What this resource has, let me move this over here so you can see it, is you'll be able to see some clickable buttons that you can go to go to the Adobe Education Exchange to get continuing learning. Some monthly learning challenges are going to pop up here. And if by chance at the very end of our time together, we don't get to this and do this together as a group, just know you are earning a badge from spending time with me this afternoon. This will give you all the instructions on how you can enroll into a course and quickly earn a digital badge that you can then add to your email signature if you wanted to. We are going to start here with this attendance form. This is quick and easy. I'm going to drop this in the chat too, if that makes it easier. When you get to this attendance form, fill out all the fields that you see here. When you get to who was your trainer, choose Amy Store. Did you enroll in an edX course? Go ahead and click yes, because either you'll do it with me or you'll do it later after this session is over. Let me know in the chat when you have that completed, Rebecca, and then we will continue to move on. And I think while you're doing that, I will also share a little bit about me. I work for a company called Fried Tech. We are a professional development company in the Conroe, Texas area. What makes this really special is from the CEO down, we're all former educators, classroom teachers, instructional coaches, CTE teachers. We're just a bunch of teachers who love to work with teachers. You can also find me on social media. You can find me at @TechAmyS. I'm pretty much everywhere. I would love to connect with you in any of those spaces. All right, so let's jump into a little bit of background about what Adobe is, why it's so powerful and so special. It's a powerful solution that takes a lot of Adobe's great products, like the Adobe editor or the PDF editor, graphic creation, websites, videos, and merges them into one place. So right there at your fingertips for you to get into and get to creating. Let me know in the chat, Rebecca, how familiar you are with Adobe. Whether that's new to me, used a little, use all the time. Would love to know kind of where you are when it comes to this awesome tool. We also love Adobe because it's simple and easy to use. What we also love is that it is a safe environment for our students and ourselves in the K-12 world. With Adobe Express for Education, the version that you have through your district, you and your students are going to have filtered media resources. So when we jump into Adobe in just a bit, you'll find that we're going to be able to get to a huge catalog of photos, videos, icons, and graphics, and they're all filtered through that K-12 lens. So rest assured that your students, when they go searching for different things in Adobe Express, they're only going to get back appropriate materials for them. Another really great thing is about Adobe Express are the educational focused templates, which we will look at in just a bit, as well as the AI tools that are built in, artificial intelligent tools. I love that Adobe provides that to our students in this safe space so students can play around and utilize them in a safe and secure way. So what is creativity? Creativity is the ability to imagine new ways of solving problems, approaching challenges, making connections, or creating products. It's not based on a formula, but on thinking that relates to discovery and inquiry. And I think you're going to see in just a bit how Adobe really does support creativity in the classroom. What it does also is it transforms students from content consumers into content creators. What that means is students just reading information, watching videos, looking at infographics and charts. It puts them directly in the driver's seat, and they are the ones creating the content. They're making the videos, they're making the graphics. And while doing so, they are learning along the way. All right, so we're going to jump in to Adobe. Feel free to jump in with me, play around. If you're more of sit and get, that's perfectly fine as well. But I'm going to jump in to my Adobe account right now. You will know that you are in the right place, specifically an educational account, if you see an education button here in the center, as well as the left-hand side. If for some reason you don't see educator resources, go up to your profile, top right-hand corner, click on settings, scroll down to where it says customizations, and just make sure it says I'm an educator, and you should be good to go. So let's talk about your landing page first. So this is your landing page or home page. If you ever need to get back here, click on the Adobe logo in the top left-hand corner or the home button that you see right here below the plus sign. Right above the home button is that plus sign. When you click on that plus sign, it's going to take you to a little sidebar where you can quickly get started on creating. It gives you some standard sizes to pick from as well as some suggested. You can also do a custom size if you want to as well. Earlier, like I said, I hope to be able to talk about quick actions later. But what this is, I think back to my time in the classroom. I was a teacher who had to go to this website to make a QR code, and this website to edit a PDF, and this website to remove a background. All those different things that we use maybe at different sites, you can now get to in one place at Adobe Express. And that's here in your quick actions, which you can find in your plus menu, quick actions, and even right here where it says suggested quick actions. Okay. Underneath your home button is the Your Stuff. Think of this kind of like your Google Drive or your OneDrive. You can create folders, and inside those folders, you can house the different creations that you've created. Anything that's not placed in a folder, you will see just kind of free floating towards the bottom here. You'll also see an Explore button. Your students will see this as well. That means you and your students can come up here to the top where it says Search Templates, and you can search for things like graphic organizers. And what it's going to do is it's going to show you, for this one specifically, almost 750 different types of graphic organizers. And these are 100% editable. When you click on a template, you can look at a little bit of a closer view at it. And then once you click Customize Template, it's yours. It lives in your account. You can edit and remix as needed. We always love to share a great way that you can use the Explore button with your students is, let's say as a teacher, you want your students to use a Venn diagram, but instead of you giving every student the same Venn diagram, how about just asking them to go into their Explore area, Google, search for a Venn diagram, and they get to choose which Venn diagram they would like to use. Same goal, same purpose, but the creativity may look a little different with each of their creations. So that's in your Explore area. In your educator resources, this is for you. You have access to this as a teacher. This is going to show you, let's go back to my home page. When you click the button, it will show you monthly creativity challenges. It'll show you past creativity challenges as well that you can dive in and use with your students. It's just being a little bratty right now, but when you click it, it should give you a really nice library of different resources that you can choose from as a teacher. I'm going to do the refresh. There we go. Here it is right here. You'll be able to see, like I said, the creativity challenge of the month, any past challenges. And once you click on any of them, it'll have like a download button or an open with, and you'll be able to actually create and remix in your account. So definitely check that out. All right, I'm going to go back to my home button, and I'm going to come up here and let's create a graphic together. So I'm going to click on the plus sign, and I'm just going to do a standard square right here. That's going to open up my creation canvas. One of the first things you want to make sure that you do is you come up here to the title and you change that to the appropriate title. I'm going to call this My Favorite Animal. Okay. If you don't title it, it'll still live. It automatically saves in your account, which is so nice. But it will save as the date and the time. So make sure you title it so you can find it just a little bit easier. You can search through some of their templates that are ready to go here. Because this is an Instagram type square, it's pulling in some templates for that purpose. Once again, filtered through the K12 lens, but you can also build from scratch, which is what we're going to do here. So I'm going to do a graphic all about my favorite animal, which is the otter. I don't know about you, but I love otters. So I'm going to add in a background first. Let's get this kind of set up for creativity. I'm going to add in a background, and I think I would like to add maybe a river here for a river otter. There are two places where you can find backgrounds. You can go into your elements area. So that left side menu that you see right here, these are all the different pieces that you're going to layer into your creation. Your elements, kind of like scrapbooking. You can find graphics of like brush types, different elements like frames, illustrations, textures. You can also find backgrounds, shapes, icons. All that can be here in your elements menu. Let's go to backgrounds, and I'm going to type in river. Lots of great ones to pick from. That's a really pretty one. Love it. But I kind of think I would like to use an Adobe stock photo, a real live background of a river. So to find that, you're going to go into your media, okay? And you've got photos, videos, and audio. I'm going to search in my photos and search for river. And I'm going to go with, let's do this one right here. You'll notice when I add it here, it's going to load. It's loading right now. That little brown bubble that you see here is letting me know it's loading. While it's loading here, something to really amplify about the media section. This is an Adobe stock library. There are many people who pay really good money to get access to these photos, videos, and you have it all right here within your account, which is pretty cool. Once again, filtered through the K12 lens. When you click on anything in your creation canvas, you'll notice a left side menu pops up, and that is your editing formatting menu for that specific piece. So this left side menu will change depending on what you're trying to edit, customize, etc. So I want this to be my background. So with the picture selected, as you scroll down a tiny bit over here on this left side menu, you will see a button that says replace page background. I'm going to click that, and it automatically replaces that background. I can then double click here if I want to and move. Maybe I want to get a little bit more of that right-hand side. There we go. And once I let go and click out, it'll fit nicely there within the shape that I chose earlier. Okay. So there's my river. If I wanted to change the opacity, I could come here. Once again, when you click anything, the menu for that piece is going to pop up. I can change the opacity here if I want to. There we go. All right. Next up, let's add some text here. So my favorite animal, once again, is the otter. So I'm going to come over here to my text menu. And you can find some like preset text templates, like under signs and labels. I love the back to school one. I really love this one down here, the Awesome Teacher Award. And when you add any of these in, so I might go with this one here. Let's see if I can change the ART. It layers in here. Okay, I can. Even better. Okay, so I can change art to otters. And I'm going to reduce the size. So once again, when you click on anything, that side panel is going to pop up, and you'll be able to resize, customize the font if you would like to as well. Make that a little bit bigger. That's not terrible. I can move this heart around if I want to. I can even change the color and the font style. Let's make it a little bit chunkier. I think I'm going to change this to maybe a solid white. Let's see how it looks in a second. All right, love it. And you can move this over if you wanted to resize his knee. Let's place it right here so it can appear a little bit better. Oh, I do like that. You can seriously spend all day creating an Adobe Express. I truly mean that. All right, there we go. I love otters. All right, so there's some text. I can also pull in some text from scratch, and I'll show you that in just a second. But since we're talking about otters, our main character needs to be an otter here. Now, you could do this with students. They could do their 5 favorite animal. It could be about maybe a person in history and share some fun facts. The possibilities are endless when you're creating inside of Adobe Express. Their favorite book character, you name it. Let's go back into media, and I'm going to go into photos, and I'm going to search for an otter. I mean, y'all, like I said earlier, only the face a mother can love. Look at that otter. Let's go with this guy right here. Now, once I add the otter in, you'll notice it brings in the otter, the background, but I really want my otter to be like in the river, on the river, kind of floating in my graphic of a river. I'm going to move this little guy over here. Once again, when you click anything inside of Adobe, the side panel is going to pop up so you can edit and customize as needed. And one of the tools that we can use is the Remove Background tool. Earlier, we talked about those quick actions. This is one of those quick actions that you could use, but it's also built into graphics and videos. So I can click on Remove Background, and it does all the work for me. I don't have to go to another website to get the work. This is actually a perfect otter for this. I don't have to go to another website to take care of that work. It's going to do it. I mean, he looks larger than life here, but we're going to go with it. Love it. All right. Like I said, I used to have to go to another website, upload a picture, remove the background, download it, then upload it somewhere else. And you can do it right here, built into Adobe Express. All right, now let's add a couple more elements here. Let's talk about why we love otters. So to do that, let's use some shapes. So I'm going to go over here to my elements menu. I'm going to come up to shapes. I'm going to scroll all the way down until I see speech bubbles. And I'm going to go with this one right here, like the otter's talking. Okay. Now, in some other platforms that you may be using shapes, they turn into a text box by default. This is not a text box. You're going to have to layer in some text once you get it done. When I click on this shape, I can change the color. Here's that editing menu here. I can change the color of that as needed. All right, that looks good. Let's go with that one. Okay. Now let's add in some text, maybe share a fun fact about an otter. So for that, I'm going to go back to my text menu, T for text, and I'm going to do text from scratch. Okay. So add your text. It brings in the same formatting as this font, which is nice if you want to have it all uniform, but of course you can change it. And I'm going to put here, let's do a fun fact. I have one over here that I can pull real quick. Here we go. I think this is a pretty cool fact. They can be underwater for 5 to 8 minutes. So I'm going to add this here. Let's resize you. Get you to fit inside that speech bubble. And of course, let's change the size just a tiny bit, a little bit more. And another really cool tool that you can use with text, there we go, is this tool over here that's called Dynamic. Now, we're looking at default right now. With this default, I could come in here and once again, I could still change the font style if I wanted to. You can also change the color of the font. Let's do black. Oh, there we go. I love that. And then you could also do what's called dynamic. So here's what dynamic does. This is the default that you see right here. Move you over. Once I click dynamic, what it does is it resizes different words. Now, you can't choose which words are being resized. It does a pretty good job. And as I resize the text box itself, you'll notice different words are now starting to be resized. So really cool feature to make your text stand out, amplify it just a tiny bit, draw focus to it, if you will. And there you go. Okay. All right, let's add in one more little piece. I'm gonna go to my elements. And let's go to design assets and brushes. I'm gonna go down here. Okay, let's say I want this little squiggle that you see here. But you'll notice when I add it, what happens? It covers up the otter, and I don't want it to cover the otter. I want it to be just like a little bit of flair to be on my page, my graphic creation, maybe somewhere in the background. So how can I fix that layering? It layers like a sandwich. Over here on the right-hand side, these are your layers. As you layer, it starts to pile here. If I want that squiggle to be behind the otter, behind the speech bubble, I'm going to click and drag this all the way down, just like that. And now that squiggle is behind versus covering Mr. Otter and my speech bubble. So it's just adding in some flair, but the layering is so simple and so easy. You just have to drag and drop as needed. Makes it easy for creativity and not getting frustrated when sometimes layering can do that to you. One thing I'll point out too before I show you some quick actions to kind of wrap our time up together is this translate feature that you see up here. This is their newest feature, and it is solid gold, y'all. Solid gold. When you click on translate, it wants to know what would you like to translate it to, and you can select multiple languages at once. Let's do Dutch, Greek, and Korean. Okay, you can see they're populating right here. To get out of the menu, click out, and then you'll see a button that says duplicate and translate. When you do that, look at this, y'all. It translates the original into those different languages, and it also fits them inside those text areas. It doesn't go outside the text area. It does a really good job. I met with a teacher this week in Florida, and she said, what happens if I need to edit it? Edit the translated text? You can go in and edit as needed as well. Isn't that neat? Done for you at the click of a button. And when you want to share it with students, you can. Great way to share this with parents, and it lives all here in this one file. There's the German, Greek, Korean, and you can edit as needed too. Pretty cool. All right, so that is real quick, and I hope that showed you how easy and quick it is to create a graphic from scratch. Use those templates too. It's a really great place to start. Before I get into quick actions, another favorite of mine, to wrap up our time together, are there any questions about graphic creation, background, adding photos, removing the background, anything we've gone over? You especially, Rebecca, let me know if you've got any questions whatsoever. And my new friend, Debbie, if you've got any questions about graphic creation, let me know before I show you the quick actions. And I'll also take your silence as you're good to go as well. All right. So that's graphic creation. If you wanted to, awesome, Rebecca. If you wanted to download this, you could do it from here. Share. You could bring in some collaborators. You as a teacher could even create your own template. And if you publish it to the web and turn this button on right here, you can share with your students that link, and they'll be able to take that template and make it their own. So that's there for you too. All right, let's jump back to the home page. I think you're going to love this. Okay, quick actions can be found here in your plus button. Quick actions, there they are, lots of them. And you can also come here to suggested quick actions right there. And I'm going to highlight just a few of my favorites, okay? Let's start with, we did remove the background. We did that while we were creating graphics, but just know it's a standalone. So I could come in here and add a picture of like my niece and nephew, remove the background, download it, and add it to somewhere else if needed, like maybe a Google Slides presentation. You can do text to image. Love this one. Okay, this is also built into graphics too. This is that AI piece that we were talking about. So I could do, what could my prompt be? Family of otters eating pizza on a river. Let's see what happens. All right, so you can describe what you want to see here. You can choose the content type, how you want it to look, the different styles you may want as well, and then click generate. Now AI is not fault. It's not fault proof. You sometimes see a little extra fingers. Oh my goodness, look at these family of otters eating pizza on the river. Did a pretty good job. Some of them napping back there. So it's going to take whatever you put here and quickly generate something. You can't use terms like Disney World. We tried that in Florida last week, like Disney, specific sports teams. If you say things like theme parks or jerseys, it does a good job. But yeah, that's the text to image. Once again, it's built into graphic creation, but you can also do it standalone from your quick actions, and whatever you type in where it says describe what you would like to see, it's gonna do its best work to give you what it thinks you want. So that's a favorite. Oh gosh, there's so many. If you ever need to edit a PDF, I know I just passed you up, didn't I? You're right there, the fifth one. Okay, edit a PDF. This happens sometimes, right? Oh gosh, do I have a PDF here that's educational? Okay, star questions. There we go. It brings it in and it does a really good job. It doesn't distort the text. It doesn't distort the images, and it gives you all these editing rights here to change the text if needed, undo, add images. It does a really great job, and then you can download if you would like as well. So definitely check that one out. I would have used this all the time as a classroom teacher. And I think we should end with animate from audio. We're going to end with a bang. But I'm going to share a tab because we need to have sound for this. Is it you? Nope. You. Oh,
I do that all the time when I'm trying to find the right tab.
Right. Well, oh, because I'm in a different window. Okay, I'm going to walk you through this. All right, let's just share back what I was sharing earlier. This one. Okay. So animate from audio, what this does is it takes graphics like this, your voice, it layers in your voice, and this character's mouth will move in tune to your voice. It's the coolest thing ever. So if I was doing a project on the solar system, my goal was to share the sun. I could come here and choose a character. You can see them all here. There's Saturn. There's the sun. I could choose a background. You could look at all of them, or I just defaulted to go to space. That was my last search. There we go. I could move Mr. Sun around as needed. I could change the size. That one's pretty awesome. And then you record your voice. Now you won't be able to hear it because I'm using two different profiles for this session, but I'm going to record. 2-minute limit. Hi, I'm the sun, and I am the hottest star in the solar system. And you click done. It does whatever magic it needs to do to make this happen. And then once it's ready, you'll be able to click play. And I wish you could hear it, but just imagine hearing my voice. You'll see the mouth move, which is nice. And then students can either download this and share it or open it in editor and continue to add graphics, text if needed. Okay, here we go. I wish you could hear it. It really is staying in tune with my voice. It's really cool. Your kids are going to love it. Your students are going to love it. I mean, if I'm geeked out about it, you know, your students will be. And like I said, you can download this to your computer if you wanted to, or open it in editor, which means I could continue to add to this. And this kind of gets into video creation, but I could continue to add scenes to this if I wanted to as well. So definitely check out those quick actions. It's so nice to have those right there at your fingertips to quickly, it is Rebecca, to quickly edit things like PDFs, change the format of pictures, caption a video. You can add captions to videos right here. The quick actions are solid gold. All right. We got through some good stuff, my friends. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'm going to stick around for just a tiny bit. I think we got like 1 minute left, I believe, but I can also show some more favorites if needed, or even get you to help me generate some text to images. But yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know. I can show you anything again. I appreciate your time. I'm assuming after school is over, so I appreciate you. But yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know.
Awesome.
Thanks, Debbie.
This was so cool. Thank you for your time. Awesome.
Good. Awesome. Glad to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, like Amy said, if anyone wants to stick around for a couple of seconds to ask any questions, but we're going to go ahead and sign this session off for now. So thank you for joining us for Tech Tuesday. Amy, once again, thank you for showing us all of this awesome stuff, and we will see you next time.